Hello. I'm going to analyze Fnatic versus Gambit game 2 because I think that this game is very interesting about macro gaming and relevant about the fact that macro gaming is so much more important than micro gaming. So short call, move on the maps are really more important than individual plays, and I'm going to show it. So I will focus myself on team fights and vision, but I'll analyze all the game because I think that team fights and vision are the results of what happened before, and we can't analyze a team fight, for example, without analyzing the consequences of the fight. So I will analyze all the game, but I'll try to focus myself on the team fights and the vision. So let's begin with the draft. So first, Fnatic will pick Gragas, which is good in every team composition. So it doesn't say anything about your team. You can you can take anything with Gragas. So I think that macro game begins in the draft. You can win the game in the draft. So here, Fnatic lets Gambit show its own composition. So Gambit will have to show what kind of composition they want to take, and Fnatic will be able to answer to counter them. So Gambit will pick Azir and Sivir. So Gambit, we see with these picks that Gambit wants to take a teamfight compositions. So there are many aspects. They can engage with Sivir else, but they don't have a very big range. Especially they don't have poke. Sivir has a little range, and Sivir doesn't have a lot of mobility. She has her ult, but when she has used her ult, most time she will use it for engage. During the fight, she won't have mobility. So it's very important to notice that. And Fnatic will answer taking Echo and Kalista. I think it's a good choice, and the the project for Fnatic will be to kite. So they will let Gambit Gaming engage, and they will kite with Kalista. They will be able to peel with Gragas, and Echo should be able to kill Sivir, who won't have mobility. She won't be able to escape. So they actually we see that Gambit wants to hard engage to win fights, and Fnatic wants to let them engage to go back to kite them and then to win. So for the moment there are no big mistakes. I think that both compositions are good at this time, and Gambit Gaming will take Ekarim and Lee Sin. It's very interesting because these two champs are very good in early mid game, but especially Lee Sin, these champs won't be very good in late game, and they are CAC champs, so they will be very easy to kite. So I think it's maybe a mistake because Fnatic has a kiting team with Rainover, who will be able to dash in, use his passive, then air back, and so they won't be able. It will be very difficult for Gambit to catch Fnatic team, and Fnatic will be able to hit them. But not Gambit, Ekarim and Lee Sin will be able to fix the fight. Ekarim with his ult, and with a TP, they will be able to trap. So they have a lot of engage with Sivir and Ekarim, Azir and Lee Sin if there are some individual plays, but Ekarim and Sivir are the best champions for engage in Gambit Gaming's composition, but they are easily kited if they don't instantly kill one or two players of Fnatic. If, for example, Kalista survives with half HP, she will just go back and kite Gambit Gaming. So it's a very early mid-game team, and they will have to snowball very fast. Fnatic will finally pick Janna and Jace, which is a so good choice for me because Janna will be able to disengage if if the game goes wrong, and Jace will just outrange all the enemy team. We actually currently we just don't know who is the Gambit's support, but we know that poke support doesn't exist. So if we take a poke mid laner like Jace, Fnatic will just outrange Gambit, and they'll force them to fight, to engage. But to engage with these champs, they will have to walk to the enemy team, so they will be poked during their move. So, for example, if Sivir ult, Ekarim will attack Fnatic, and during his move, he will be hit by Jace's Q spells. So it's very interesting because it forces Gambit to engage, and Gambit will have a lot of difficulties, especially in late game, to engage because they will be mid-life when they will come at the catch. So and Fnatic has a team composition to kite. So I think it's the best answer possible to take Jace in this composition. Now, Gambit Gaming will do another mistake, I think, is to take Annie, because Annie is good for engage. It's not a so bad choice, because it's another argument to engage, but it's squishy, so Jace's poke will be so efficient on her, and she will, if she takes one Q spell in mid-late game, she will lose half HP, and she doesn't have a lot of range. If she doesn't have flash, she won't be able to engage. So I think that maybe a Leona, with her tankiness and her very long range ult, would be a better choice. I think that Leona would be better. I would prefer Leona. But, so they take Annie. Another thing that Gambit have to do is trapping. Because Fnatic just has Gragas and Echo to engage. But engage with Gragas, it's not easy to catch the carries. To make a good E with Echo is very difficult. So Gambit Gaming won't. And if Fnatic engage, it's perfect for Gambit Gaming because they will be Gambit will just peel with Azir Air, Annie Air, Lee Sin Air. So Fnatic will have a lot of difficulty to engage. Fnatic will want to poke, and to make Gambit Gaming's player backing, or and to take objectives. So Gambit will have to trap. Fnatic won't want to engage because they have Gambit at the perfect counter engage team composition. Fnatic will want to poke to let Gambit Gaming engaging is the worst way possible if they don't want just to be poked back and to let objectives without fighting. So Gambit will have to try to trap, but they will have to destroy enemy vision. I think that Fnatic will have to have a lot of vision, most vision possible to dodge traps, to avoid traps, and Gambit Gaming will be able to have maybe less vision, but the most important for them will be to destroy enemy vision, to trap, to make some sneaky TPs in the back of Fnatic's team, to engage them in the best way possible, because if they don't, they just will be poked and they will just die or back and let objectives and finally lose the game. So on the team composition, we'll see that Gambit Gaming has better early, so they will have to make some fights in early game, and in mid game when Jace will be useful, when his poke will be so efficient, they will have to trap and to capitalize on their early advantage. Fnatic has to play safe in early, then to ward a lot, and to just to push, to take objectives, to siege, to poke with Jace, and they will win. So Gambit in this game, Gambit has to make the moves, and Fnatic has just to play safe and play the objectives. Fnatic has a better late game composition, whereas Gambit has an early mid game composition. I think that the compositions will be equal at level maybe 13, 14. Between level 12 and level 14, the team compositions will be equal. After level 14, I think that the Fnatic's team composition will be better. So until the level 14, Gambit will have to create a goal difference, to create an advantage, and to snowball on it. If they don't, they will lose because they will be poked and they won't be able to riposte. So let's begin with the game. So here Fnatic tries to trap. Why not? It doesn't work, but Annie uses a potion. So double swap lane. So there are a fight between the duo lanes. I think that Gambit Gaming has a better duo lanes for two reasons. First, because Annie and CV has a lot of burst, especially level 2, 1 stun, then auto hit from CV, then W, then Q spell, and you can make Kalista half HP. And the other fact is that Annie with a flash stun can follow very well a gank of Lee Sin, whereas Kalista Janna will have a lot of difficulties to follow a Gragas gank. So I think that Fnatic during his laning phase has to play safe. If they push, they have to ward very well. It's not very important if they lose some minions, if there are, for example, 10 minions difference. If they are 0-0, they don't lose their tower, and Gambit Gaming's bot lane has 10 minions of advantage, it will be okay, because laning phase is Fnatic's laning phase is weak compared with Gambit's gaming laning phase. In the mid lane, Azir and Jace, I think, are strong each other in laning phase. Maybe Azir will push easier. And in bot lane, Ekarim, I think, is better than Echo because he has Ignite, and its Ekarim Echo needs a few AP, a little bit of AP. Here we see that Fnatic duo lanes is pushing. I think it's risky because Lee Sin is a very good ganker. Actually, currently they know that he was in bot jungle. I think they can assume that he was bot jungle, but currently they can't really know where Lee Sin is. So before level 6, Fnatic bot lane is very weak and very vulnerable. After level 6, Janna's air and Kalista's air make this bot lane so safe. But before, they have to play safe. So let's continue. We see that let's go at this point. Here, Lee Sin's gank, it's very good because he knows that here it's warded and you can dash here and just take one tower shot. So it's best. I think it's a very good gank because this bot lane is not pushing, but they are vulnerable. They are in the middle of the lane, and they just can't know that Lee Sin is here. It's, at this point of the game, it will be very unlucky for Gambit that a ward that Lee Sin will be warded. So he comes, take one tower shot, of course. Unlock from diamond who Q-spell on a creep, but they force one heal and one flash, so it's worse. It's a worse gank. And no, the Fnatic duo lanes is very, very vulnerable and very weak. They can't push anymore, but they took CS advantages. I think here it's individual skills. So GG to Yellow Star and Reckless, but they will have to care during 5 minutes. So let's continue. There is not a lot of things until this time. So laning phase continues, and here we see the first very important things. So here Fnatic has to play safe because they have a weak laning phase. So I think that invading a Lee Sin when your lanes are weaker than others is really risky. So I think that Reignover shouldn't be there. He should just farm, maybe do a laning ganks, but not invading. I think it's a clear mistake, and these mistakes will be punished because he's Sin. So Azir comes because he pushed. Lee Sin comes, so here we say, okay, 0-0, Gragas doesn't use his flash, it's okay, but now Gambit knows two things. They know that Reignover is less than half HP, and that he's here. Bot lane is pushing without flash on Janna, which is really risky. Hecarim has a TP, and he has a better stuff than Echo. We just have boots. I think it's maybe a mistake to take boots before at least the codex, but why not? So here, Lee Sin is here too. He has more HP than Gragas. It's a free gank on top lane, and they do that. So very good shot call here. Here, the bot lane can't do anything because Reignover came and has been coked. So it's a little. It could be just a little mistakes if there wasn't this TP, but it's an important mistake because like this, Gambit can use its advantage on laning phase. So Hecarim comes and very very smart. They don't focus Yellow Star even if he doesn't have a flash because Reckless can save him with his air. Very nice flash from Gozu Pepper, who instantly T-burst on Reckless, who didn't choose his flash, of course, because Gozu Pepper flashed. Kabosha instantly attacked him. Forgiven is behind. Yellow Star used his hair, but Reckless is at the limit. He isn't healed by Yellow Star's Monsoon. And then Kabosha, who kept his ult, just ult on Reckless and kill it. After, I think that here Yellow Star should just flee. But he's seeing that Echo is coming, so he said, Gozu Pepper is midlife, Forgiven is midlife, maybe we can take 1 or 2 kills. But Echo doesn't have AP. It will be really difficult for him to take 1 kill. Maybe impossible, and he won't succeed. Here, we see the passive doesn't do a lot of damage, and then he ults. When he saw the Lee Sin, he used his ult and come back to the fontaine. So here, Yellow Star doesn't have any escape. He's in front of 3 guys who are very hungry, and there is Gragas who still have 1 out of 3 HP. So Yellow Star is cooked, of course. Reignover saved his life. Why not? But he can't save his own life. So we see that just 1 mistake here gives to Gambit 2 kills and a tower. So nice juke from Yellow Star here, just like a penalty. You have to anticipate it, to anticipate luck, I think. I think that here, when Ekarim TP, I think that Echo just had to stay bot and push, push, push. Okay, we have one or two dead guys, but maybe we'll be able to take an objective. Maybe Gragas should go back and go to the Drake. I think it would be the better choice. But the TP, I think, was a big mistake from Uni. So because bot lane was pushing and because of the mistake of Rainover, Fnatic is lose 1000 gold. Okay, so let's continue. Gambit has an advantage. They know it, so they take dragons. Good choice. Fnatic answers very well by taking top towers, but I think maybe it's not very good for Gambit because dragon in early doesn't give a big advantage. A tower gives a lot of gold, and here Fnatic has to look for the gold rush. So it's worth for Gambit only if they take every next dragons. If they don't, this move won't be worth it. But as Azir is better for push and take another tower. So against, it's worth for Gambit, a tower for a tower, and a Drake more for Gambit. Very good. But actually, I think that two projects, the two projects for both teams are the same. Gambit has to look for the fights, and Fnatic has to play safe and to wait middle late game to group and to play the objectives. Here, Rainover grids forward, little mistakes, okay, but the mistakes is too bad, but it's not too important because Azir can't snowball on it. The team can't snowball, so it's just 300 gold and some experience and some experience lost for Rainover. Here, I don't understand. Fnatic is weaker in early, so I think that they don't have to engage. They just have to flee. Gambit try to engage, and Fnatic is engaging. That's great for Gambit. They want to engage, and the enemy engage. Good, perfect. You do my job. Let's do this. Here, of course, Lee Sin is better than Echo in early. Fabian doesn't have mana, like Betsy, but Lee Sin is too strong at this time. So Huni has to flash. Little mistake again, but a lot of little mistakes, and a lot of little mistakes makes can lose the game, I think. So, but actually, three players are 1-0-0-0. Rainover is 0-2-0. Okay. Let's continue at this point. So here, I think it's unluck for Huni because he couldn't know that Gambits didn't back. But he's paying his mistakes in the mid because he doesn't have flash. Gambit Gaming is say, oh great, an echo without flash. Well, let's kill him, and they do. And they are very intelligent because they waited that Echo's ghost come next to him. Like this, he couldn't ult to flee. So we just can't flee. But for me, this death has been provoked 2 minutes ago here in the middle. The mistakes here, not here. I think he couldn't know that Gambit jungler and top laner were there. So Rainover knows that the top laner and the jungler are top lane, so he tries to gank. I think it's good. He has to try. maybe Annie's Q spell would be enough, but he ults. Okay, let's play safe. Why not? And they flee. Fedbevan is pushing, good. So he's getting some stuff. So I think that Jace is the most important guy in the team because he will be the poker, and the poke is the main argument of the Fnatic team. Because if they don't have poke, um, Gambit will be able to siege, to take some objectives, because Fnatic won't be able to engage. Gambit will just counter engage and kill them. But if the poke is efficient, they won't be able to siege and to take some objectives because their life will be destroyed so fast. So I think that all the Fnatic composition depends on Fediven and Jace. With poke, Gambit won't be able to stay at the same position during a long time. They will have to engage. It will be difficult because their engage are in a short range, and they will have to back and to let objectives. If the poke is inefficient, Gambit will just be able to take objectives to push, and Fnatic won't be able to engage because the Gambit team composition is just perfect to counter engage and to team fights, especially in mid game. So let's continue. So Fnatic takes the tower. I think that is the best they can do. They have to gold rush. They have to go in the game as fast as possible. So taking towers is the best way to having golds quickly, and to go in late game. And in late game, they are just unstoppable. Jace will be so efficient. Echo is so better than Hecarim, just as Gragas is. Kalista is better than Sivir, etc. So let's continue. Gambit wants to take the bottom tower. Here they grid. They want to take the tower, and Huni maybe they didn't care about. I don't remember the name of the boots, but so these boots, I'm sure that Huni calculated that. He said, yes, at 15 minutes I will have a double kill because of my boots. So yes, he takes a double kill, and that's a great news for Fnatic, because if Gambit and Fnatic both earn 300 gold, it's better for Fnatic because the late game is coming faster. So Gambit doesn't have to do some equal trades. They have to do some better trades. If Fnatic does equal trades, great for them. Late game is coming faster. Late game is coming faster. Sorry. So double kill for Huni, thanks to his bots, as well calculated, always calculated. Sorry, of course. So let's continue. Here, Huni tries to flee. Again, Huni tries to engage against an Hecarim. Hecarim is so good at this point. Azir was full mana. He could ult. Jace can't go in with Azir ults. This engage is not good. I think he would just flee. I think it was a better option. If he just fled, okay, you lose some time. Good. So a little mistakes again, but again, it's not a very important mistakes because Gambit can't take objectives. If Gambit doesn't take objectives, that's not very important if they don't do too much mistakes. One kill, it's 300 goals, is not so important. It won't change the game's results. It will be able to change the game results if Gambit would be able to take maybe one towers, one Dreadnought. There is nothing, so not too bad. That's good for Fnatic. So currently Gambit has 1000 gold advantage. They are good. They have to play objectives because Fediven doesn't have a lot of poke. Fediven's Q spell doesn't hurt so much. So they have to fight to take drakes to push towers. They are, I think that this time at level 11, around level 11, it's the best period in the game for Gambit. Here, Reckless advance, Betsy kill Reckless easily, but it's a trade kill. Even if it wasn't a shutdown, again, if they are equal trades, it's better for Fnatic because late game come faster and they are better in late game. So little mistakes from Betsy, but not very important. Fnatic can't take objectives, so okay. But I think the Betsy wouldn't kill Reckless here. Here, Fnatic engage, but uh, two champions are not in the fight, Azir and Kalista. But Azir is 3-1 and Kalista 0-2. So Azir is so much more powerful than Kalista. So 4 versus 4, yes, but all the goal advantage that Gambit has, is on Azir, and Azir is not here. So and we are next to level 12. Fnatic champs begin to have stuff, so it can be good. But I think that Gambit with their composition are still better on this fight. But here Uni makes the plays and just stun the Gambit's bot lane. Here Kabosh, there are two fights. There are Diamond Procs against Yellowstar and Rainover, and Gozu Pepper, Gozu Pepper and Cabochard, and Forgiven against Febiven and Uni. But this fight is so much important because the carries are here. Here are the supports. So very nice kick from Diamond Procs, but here, why does he follow the support? He has to come back to fight here. Here, two champions are going out of the fights, but Lee Sin is so much more important than Janna. If we lose Lee Sin and Janna, it's so worth for Fnatic. So with this just perfect spell from Uni and this mistake from Diamond, the fight that Gambit was supposed to win is going wrong for them. So Gozu Pepper die, Febiven will die too, of course, and Diamond did a nice kick, but here he could kill Uni and then push. No, he couldn't push because Kalista was there, but then take the Drake and it was good. But finally, he won't be able to kill Uni, so it's 2 for 2. And again, equal trades are better for Fnatic because late game is coming faster. And another fact is that no, Jace has 2 kills, and as I said, Jace is the most important player in Fnatic composition. If he's fed, he will be able to poke and it will just destroy Gambit engages. They won't be able to siege, they won't be able to get objectives, they just will have to do a perfect engage or to trap. I think that at this point, so let's see again this fight. Again, there are 2 fights, Gragas engage, and we see that the comp is better because Gragas is a tank and the Gambit's gaming teams hurt so much. He has 1 out of 3 HP in 1 second, but here, good. I think that this movie is good. Great kick from Diamond. Uni, I think that Uni does all the team fights for Fnatic, and Diamond does what the rest. Here, why do you follow Janna? She used her ult. She's useless. Come to kill them. Come to help Gozu Pepper. It's so more important. I think that Uni did the job and the Diamond Procs didn't. Okay, so here they take the Drake. So good against the only good things that Gambit can have in the game is the 5 Drakes. Here, I think that this moment is the turning point of the game Because what do we have? We have Yellow Star and Uni who is fed top. Here, 4 players from Gambit. Rainover is here, but they can't know that he is here. I think that they can't know. Push group, you have a team composition which is done to be grouped to team fight. You have Sivir's ults, you have Azir ults, you have Lee Sin ults, you can dive. Kalista is 0-2, she doesn't have a lot of stuff. At least push and take mid tower, but no. They split. Why do you split? I think that it's the most really. I think that it's the most important mistake from Gambit in this game. Forgiven. Why do you go to farm? And then we see that here Azir has been poked, half HP. Bye bye. Okay. So here, what does Fnatic know? Azir will have to back. Sivir is on the bot lane. Okay. Free Nash. 3 versus 5. Okay, great. Let's do Nash. Gambit, I think that if Gambit pushed, it will be so much better for them. Really, I think that Gambit maybe lost the game with this move, with this call. And it's not an individual Fnatic plays. It's just shot call. Fnatic has better shot call. Here, any LCS players can do this. Just making a Nashor. They have Kalista, the Nashor can't be stolen. It's a shot call battle. It's like in a battle, you have 2 generals. Fnatic generals is better than Gambit generals. So, of course, Fnatic take this Nash, and okay. No, we are at the point where the team composition are equals, and Fnatic has the Nashor, so they will be able to push. Gambit will not be able to get some advantage. I think that at this point the game is lost for Gambit. If Fnatic doesn't do mistakes, it's lost. Here at this point, Gambit, if Fnatic doesn't make mistake, won't be able to engage anymore. Jace's poke is too strong, too efficient. I think that here every players from Gambit should buy a red trinket and up it to make a trap. Here begin the battle, the map control battle, because Fnatic, the only danger for Fnatic is to be trapped, so they will have to ward a lot to be ready if Hecarim TPs, to be ready for potential trap, to be ready for flash over the wall from Annie and ult. If they are not trapped, and if they don't do mistakes, they just win. They just siege, poke, make Gambit's low HP, back, then take objectives, and win the game. So I think that this yellow trinket is a big mistake from Azir. They have to use everything they can to deward and to trap. Again, even if they don't have a lot of map control, if Fnatic engage, the Gambit will just counter engage and win. If Fnatic poke, even if they have vision, of course, obviously, Jace will touch. It has a big hitbox. They won't be able to dodge every Q spells. They have to try to trap. They have to destroy enemy vision. So, yeah. Look at this time. Fnatic decides to ward to push bot lane. Here it's warded. Gambit should just deward and then try to trap, to come here, to deward, to come here, to use severe ults to try to engage again. If Fnatic doesn't do mistakes, Gambit has lost, and they won't be able to engage in a good way if they don't trap. So this game will not give me vision because Fnatic will be one mistake here. Why? Reignover is going here to ward, especially with minion waves is coming. So of course Fnatic will try to advance to push the tower, but there is no front lane. So Gozupaper just flash ult on the carries. Here Reignover is out of the fight. This scene too, but look at the Fnatic's carries. They are almost dead at the beginning, and Reignover hasn't used one spell. He's drinking. Fucking alcoholic. Sorry for the bad words. And I think it's an important mistake. Reignover has to ward when minions wave is not here, or Fnatic has to go back and to wait the next minions wave. But they can't push without Reignover, because they are engaged, they lose the fight, and that's what's happened. Here, so good fight from Gambit. Good point for Fnatic. Febiven takes 2 kills, and against, if Febiven is fed, Fnatic will win. He will just poke. And against, that's a micro error, but it's not a macro error. They won't lose any objective. Okay, they did an error, but it was a tactic error. It's the difference between tactic and strategy. They will lose some champions, but it won't change anything about the end of the game. So it's a mistake, but it just will make the game longer. It won't change anything about the results, not just only with these fights. And at this point, the game, the late game composition is speaking. We see that Fnatic, Jace is doing so much damage, and here Gambit again just has to try to trap. But why this 22k is not upped? The same for at least Gozupaper should have upped this one. He is a support. Buy a red trinket, you have to trap. It's your only chance. You won't, if they don't do mistakes, it's Fnatic. They are the best team in Europe. They won't do another mistake like this one. Just try to trap. It's your only chance, really. So they have to deward and to try to trap. I think that the game is lost. But if they win, it's only with a trap and with a snowball. So I think that with this vision, they want to have vision, but it's useless for them. If Fnatic has vision, they don't care. Having vision will not give anything to Gambit. If Fnatic have vision, Gambit will never trap them. They will never have a good engage. Fnatic will just poke, take objectives, and win the game. I think at this point, the game is ended, and Fnatic has won. And I think that there was just only one. I think that this Fnatic's game, every team can do it. I think that every LCS players can do what they did. I think that there was just one individual move. It was Huni at the fight on the bot lane. He just did the fight. Yes, really great buff. But instead of this move, Fnatic won the game because of the shot call. The shot call was just great, and Gambit made too much shot call mistakes. They took some equal fights which weren't good, and the Forgiven split just made the game. Here we see they can't do anything. They can't stay at the same place more than 20 seconds because they die. They are poked, and here Azir dies. But they really, Gambit has to trap. I think they won't be able to engage instead of a great mistake of Fnatic. But we will see in 1 or 2 minutes. Gozupaper will try to engage. He will just die because he plays Annie. He's playing Annie. It's squishy. It has a little range to engage. The draft pick did the game. The draft pick and the shot call did the game, I think. Here, okay, try to engage, great, dead. just because of the Jace. I think that really the Jace pick was perfect, and the Annie pick from Gambit was, I think it was a big mistake. I really think that Leona with her air and more tankiness would be better. So okay, what Gambit can do? Nothing, I think. I think that the game is lost since that the game has been lost since Fnatic took the Nash. So I stop the analyze now because I think it's obvious. It's obvious. I know there is the last fight that I'd like to analyze. That's the last important fight. I think. Oh, a bit too late. Here, Gambit tried to trap. It's good, but Fnatic has vision, and you don't take anything to destroy this vision. So of course you can't trap. It's obvious. And Reignover goes first every time. That's great. Here, Hecarim TPs instantly pinged. They know that Hecarim is coming. Gambit has splitted. This fight is won. Not because of the gold. Gambit has just 1,000 gold of difference. But Fnatic teams is better in late game. They have been poked and they are splitted, and the TP is seen. Fnatic just can't lose this fight. So I prefer that Gambit try. It's better than just turtle and wait the defeat without fighting. Maybe they have 1% chance to win. It's still better than staying in defense, doing nothing. Be sure at 100% to lose, but make the game 10 minutes longer. So I think it's not a real mistakes. It's just the results of all the other mistakes which have been done before. But against the Fnatic as wards, here again there are two fights. Sivir and Annie doesn't have a lot of mobility. Reignover, Uni, and Uni, yes, will just destroy the bot lane. Reckless will just kite. I mean, Diamond Procs will never be able to kill Reckless alone. Idem for Kabosha. Azir is alone. He's just doing nothing. And they don't catch Fediven. That's the last fight, but I think it was impossible for Gambit to win it. Here, 4-1, and Fnatic wins the game. So I think that the analyze is finished now. So we see that I think that the Fnatic's draft was better because if Gambit made one big mistake, they couldn't come back. And the Jace pick was just so great in this team composition and against this team. I think that taking 2 catch has been a mistake. I think that maybe Rumble at top should be better to be able to engage from a long range, far. Annie was also a big mistake. I think that we see she has been useful just once when Fnatic did a mistake. If they didn't make this mistake, Annie would be useless the entire game. But they did a really great early game, but they couldn't snowball. They took tactic advantage, but they couldn't take. They didn't succeed to take some objectives. And when they could take some objectives, they splitted. So, of course, a game without error doesn't exist. But in this game, team composition and Gambit errors and great shot call for Fnatic did the game. Think that really, instead of the fight at the on the bottom lane, any LCS team could do what Fnatic did. there was no great individual moves, just about macro gaming, strategy, and shot call. Fnatic's shot calls have been better than Gambit shot calls. So thank you very much to have listened to me. So before giving, the first time that I analyze a game, and thank you very much to consider my applying, and let's go Fnatic and try to do the perfect split. Bye.